Welcome to Ross-Ade Stadium, home to the Purdue Boilermakers here in West Lafayette, Indiana, and they have been ready to go boiler up since early this morning. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Boilermakers will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knights offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese, and it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
Handoff from the gun. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Back to throw, it's Coffee. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes his connection. Tackled immediately after the catch. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, still looking. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it, and they did just that.
And the Scarlet Knights will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Now on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Boilermakers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Fires to the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Chase. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The Boilermakers are flying down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking to the big tight end. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. It'll be a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Boilermakers will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
The Boilermakers will line up to punt it away. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides to the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Looking to throw, it's Coffee. They're bringing heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Scarlet Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Coming up, fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights! And they break the seal on the scoring.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Coastal Carolina was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Conway. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Pressure coming. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes the catch at the 30. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First down here for the offense. To the air, it's Coffee. Out of the backfield, he's open. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Flips it out in the flat. Stopped after making the catch. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
And the Scarlet Knights will kick it away to start the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
They need something that goes forward this time on second and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Trying to get to him.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's still third and goal. Looking for a man. It's Coffee. Skips away from pressure. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
All right, interesting decision for you now. How confident are you in your offense? You got a big fourth down. It is early in the game. Do you feel like your guys can go out and generate a touchdown, or do you want to play it safe and kick the field goal?
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And it's no good. Lead is still in double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
First down, Purdue.
Guys, it is Rutgers on top here at the end of the quarter. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Dorsey.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Shoots it to the left. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The Boilermakers are rolling down the field. With the catch, it's Dorsey.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He makes the connection. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And the Boilermakers want to crank the tempo. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. He caught it. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. Second and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now, I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 10 over Texas Tech. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Off play action. Forced out of the pocket. He's going to take off. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll give it to him again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll put the tight end in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tackled after picking up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Scarlet Knights getting set on 1st and 10. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire